What is the benefit of this new approach you've formulated?
Yeah, I think from my perspective, if you think about this more in a cyclical approach as opposed to a linear, like, project kind of style thinking, it takes a lot of pressure off of people because then it becomes this, oh, okay, so this is just what we're doing. And our mindset is, if we think about how we could potentially improve upon this in the future, rather than saying we have to get this perfect and we have to get this right the first time, that puts a lot of pressure on people. So I think that's
Hmm.
one thing that this different approach I think offers. And it's very much like the idea of Kaizen, which what you were just talking about, this idea of continually wanting to improve upon where you are and where you're going, whether that's in your personal life or in your business life, right? I think it's important to recognize that we're not static beings, right? Like we don't exist in this like perfect equilibrium. Like we're constantly changing and constantly evolving. And so, and it also really ties into the SDCA cycle very well, right? So this idea of standardization that feeds into the doing, or the spotless piece of keeping something like clean, and also then transitioning into the checking piece, which is the sorting, setting things in order, and then you have your action step, which is the self-discipline. And the thing that really occurred to me in writing this too was, how could you possibly sort and set something in order if you don't know what the standard needs to be?
Yeah, there needs to be a benchmark to
Yeah. And
follow. Or
and and further than that, why would you sort and set in order something that isn't clean? I mean, you wouldn't put your dirty dishes into the cupboards and then take them out and clean them afterwards, right? I mean, that seems kind of weird. So,
well, you never know. With my washing, my wife might tell me that's what I do. Anyway, but I totally agree. That's a good
yeah,
metaphor.
yeah.
Why would you put something away that's dirty? So
Right. And so it just, to me, it makes more sense to think about this from the context of, okay, well, let's set a standard, and then let's make sure that, things are starting out in this like clean fashion,
mm,
and then we'll figure out how to sort and set things in order. And then we build that self-discipline to reflect and think about, is there any room for improvement? And if there is, do we need to go back and adjust our standard?
mm.
And then, continually just going back and, over and over and over again through that cycle.